Today we're checking out Freewell's new travel tripod, the sleek travel tripod, and I am just in love with this thing. I can't wait to tell you about it, guys. This is something that they haven't done before. If you don't know who Freewell is, they are kind of a budget-friendly photography and filmmaking company that specializes in mainly filters. They do a great job at filters, budget filters, and I've used them for years. I think they have great products, and now probably one of my new favorite pieces of gear here, this sleek travel tripod in carbon fiber has won me over, and I want to tell you all about it. This thing is 900 grams, which is incredibly light. So being a travel or a hiking or an everyday tripod, this thing is fantastic. If you're a photographer or if you're a filmmaker or an aspiring one, you know that this is going to be an essential piece of gear. And this thing, as you'll see, is going to probably be on your short list of things to buy. This over here is my trusty Peak Design travel tripod in aluminum. I've had this thing for years, and I wanted to just maybe mention a few comparisons between the two quickly. But this thing is just fantastic. Again, for the weight alone, this is just under 2 pounds. The aluminum version of this is 3.5 pounds. Big difference right there. And the reason I'm comparing these two is because, well, this thing is a budget-friendly product. And again, probably beside the weight, the best thing about this is the price. This thing retails for $299 US, which is just phenomenal. Compare that to a lot of these things on the market. To give you an idea, the aluminum Peak Design that I have here is actually $379 US, where the carbon fiber version is $599 US. For me, that's a really tough pill to swallow. I could not justify the difference there. But again, for 300 bucks, it has amazing value. So yes, this thing is great. And let's just go through and show you a few of the features that they've included on this thing. One, ease of use. The setup is phenomenal. It's twist lock. So there it is. You basically twist it down to unlock it, pull it out. That's it. Twist again to lock it in place. It's rock steady. And there you go. You're set up in that amount of time. Just do it 3 times. So to unlock it, just twist it back, put it in just like this. Sometimes it kind of sticks a little bit, or if you haven't quite turned all of the pieces, you have to kind of fiddle with that, but lock it in place. There you go. So setup is a breeze. You can literally do it in about 12 seconds, and everything that you see here has been included. There's some hidden features that I want to talk about as well. You can actually take off one of the tripod legs and make it into a monopod. This is really handy if you're a run and gun photographer or videographer who might need something stable but really don't have the room for a tripod. A great, innovative, and unique feature that I have yet to see on a tripod. Speed is going to be key in a lot of scenarios, and you can see just how fast you can set this thing up and take it down if you need it. The top plate here is Arca Swiss compatible, and this is a really cool thing that they've included here. As you can see, it's got this handle here, so video shooters are gonna love that to allow for panning and gentle movements if you're doing video, but it's also really handy for photographers as well. Really nice smooth motion lock, so if you wanna control that or tighten it up, it's easy. You've got adjustments all over the place, pan and tilt and everything that you could want. But the top here, the Arca Swiss compatible top is really neat. Check this out. So first of all, you can just take it off like this, and it appears that they've included just a regular plate here. It's a little bit bigger, you might notice, but actually my Peak Design thing fits right on top here, my Peak Design plate. So fits right in there easily, but this plate here actually doubles as a phone holder. So if you're somebody who does his phone photography or video, you clamp your phone in there and it's gonna fit right into the top here. You have a phone tripod. So for somebody who does stuff with that in the video, if you're using an iPhone or something, do a lot of video or shooting, well, it's included. And they've done a great job, feels really good, it's solid, and just a little bonus there. So kind of cool. It does have some levels, so you can, if you want to make sure that your horizon is dead center there, we've got a couple little levels there, and all the degrees and everything, if that matters, is placed on there so you can actually visualize and see exactly where you're going or how much you're moving, up, down, left, right, all that stuff. Another cool feature here is something that photographers will probably appreciate, and that's the ability to go basically flat. basically flat. You can get into some really cool angles with this thing. So if you're doing maybe macro photography, or if you're trying to get into a weird angle, you can do that. And you can actually switch this around. You can actually bring this rod up, flip it around, and basically invert your camera to get a really, really low perspective. So I know landscape photographers, that's gonna be a huge thing. That's gonna be really nice. But you might be thinking, this thing only weighs 2 pounds. Is it gonna be blowing over? Is it kind of wobbly and stuff? No, it's actually pretty solid. And don't worry, on the bottom here in the middle, we've got a hook. So like most tripods, if you're in water, if you're on kind of uneasy ground, you wanna weigh that thing down anyways, and you're gonna be able to do that with this tripod as well. Yeah, it's nice to have a nice sturdy tripod sometimes, but again, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons. If you're traveling, if you are doing landscape and you're hiking and whatnot, do you want a really sturdy tripod, or do you want the ability to just weigh it down? Things to consider. There's a million tripods out here these days, and this one they've just done a great job at bringing a lot of things in. And the older I get, the more conscious I am about the weight of things. So being traveling a little bit more and doing some more hikes and getting out there, I can appreciate the weight of this thing just under, again, 2 pounds. It's phenomenal. Other than that, you've got some awesome connections here. You've got a 1/4 here. You've got a 1/4 here to be able to mount lights, audio devices, anything you want. There's even one right up here, right by your plate mount. So they've really thought this through. They've utilized just about all the space that you could think of for this tripod. And I think it's just a fantastic product overall. I will say that Freewell did send me this tripod for review, but as usual, they didn't pay me. They had no say into this review whatsoever. It's completely 100% my own opinion. And here's a quick look at the setup and takedown in real time of first my Peak Design Travel Tripod, and then the Freewell tripod here. So you might think we're splitting hairs here, and maybe we are in a lot of instances. Don't get me wrong, I really like my Peak Design Tripod, but for the price, I think that this Freewell has just a ton of value, and it's actually easier to set up and take down than the Peak Design in this case. The Peak Design is a little bit more rigid, of course, being aluminum and weighing a bit more. It's a little bit more hefty, you could say. But the Freewell's weight, build, and price are going to be really big considerations for me, and I wanted to pass them along for you to think about so you can decide which one might be better for you. In terms of the Freewell's build, there's really no aspect where I feel that they've cheaped out, and every component feels like it's well made with great materials. Let me know down in the comments which one of these tripods you would prefer and what aspects are the most important when choosing a tripod. Now these two products are going to be similar when it comes to the size and the use case of them, but of course they're going to differ a lot when it comes to the price point and the materials used. Just a few things to keep in mind. Other than that, guys, I think for $300 US, I think this thing is a steal. Check if you were early watching this video, there is actually maybe an introductory price where you might find this thing on sale. And at that point, I think this thing is a slam dunk. I could completely vouch for this thing. I've had it for a few weeks now. I've taken it everywhere and it's like, it's not even there. Compared to this thing at 3.5 pounds, it's considerable. That's almost double. And the weight, it does make a big difference. All the components, the bells and whistles are there. It's even got a place to put an air tag if you're worried about this thing getting snatched. So they've thought of a lot of things. It's versatile. It's easy to set up. You got your phone mounting plate on there. A ball head is included. So value is just huge with this product. Great job to Freewell for really thinking about it, taking their time, really making a fantastic product at a very, very good price point. So guys, if you did want to pick this thing up, I'll drop affiliate links down below. Drop all your questions in your comments down as always. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.